Guys, welcome to Milgat Farms. Beautiful day on the farm as always. A little bit warm. Wasn't quite ready for that today, that's for sure. So I want to take just a second to say thanks for watching our videos. We really do appreciate the time you guys give us. Today we're going to talk about farm safety, and most specifically, a first aid kit, okay? I'm not a medical professional, my wife is. However, I do hurt myself enough to need one of these. And I'm going to share with you today what I have in my first aid kit and some of the uses of it. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know that today we bottled some of our syrup. So we happen to be Virginia's only organic maple syrup producer, and a lot of you guys may think, why would Virginia be making maple syrup? And it is because that we have the right conditions here in Virginia, that being the weather and certain maple trees, and it works really well. So we are Virginia's only organic maple syrup producer, and we make a really delicious maple syrup. And after we finished bottling our regular organic maple syrup, we did a single barrel rye whiskey maple syrup that we've partnered with Catoctin Creek, where they give us the casks or kegs when they're done with them after it's been aged. We put our syrup in it, and then anywhere from 6 months to two plus years, we pull it out and we bottle it. And this time it was a little over two years and about 2 months. And wow, that stuff is good. Now, it has nothing to do with first aid. I completely understand that. But here on the farm, I like to share what we're doing. We've got all sorts of things going on right now. And hopefully I won't get hurt and I have to use this guy. So let's talk about first aid. I looked and looked and looked. This is an American Red Cross first aid kit. I don't think it came from the American Red Cross. I'm sure I got it from either Walmart or someplace like that. I'll try to find the link to where I got it. I'll put it in the description below. I don't need one of these massive kits. What I need is some very specific items that would be related to an injury that I would have here on the farm. You might have caught a video a couple of weeks ago where I was cutting with my knife here. I got this really cool knife from Lowe's. I love it. It's basically a box cutting knife. You can replace the blades. I had just replaced the blades and I was out cutting thistles. I totally do not like thistles, okay? Especially when I gotta walk through them. And we don't have a lot here on the farm because I've been cutting them. But this particular day, when I went to cut the thistle, normally I step on it and then I cut, right? I just step on it or I cut down. This time I didn't step on it, my leg was just sitting sort of like this, and when I went like that, the knife got away from me, went right through my pants. Wow, got me good. Probably needed 3 or 4 stitches, but you know what? I didn't go get stitches. So what I'm gonna experience in the woods, guys, is, especially in the winter time, when I'm doing the maple lines, is cuts with razor blades. A lot of my tools have razor blades on them. They're just typically disposable blades. We change them out pretty often, and they're really sharp. So sometimes when I'm working with the lines and I'm moving the tools around, I'll cut a finger, or I nip myself somewhere. That's the biggest thing that's gonna happen. I might get a sprain while I'm up there, but it hasn't happened yet. That's the possibility. So what I wanna make sure of is that I've got enough stuff that I can stop the bleeding while I'm up there and then make it back down to the bottom to get proper first aid. And I started carrying this kit with me, I don't know, 3 years ago, and I use it a lot. I hate to say it. The other day, when I cut my leg, the first thing I did was I walked from the area up to the side-by-side behind the barn where I keep this particular kit, and I got the parts out of it that I needed, stopped the bleeding, and then I went to treat it. The problem happened that I didn't have the right stuff to treat it. So what I did was I went to our local Family Dollar. We have DG, we have Family Dollar. And I'm not really sure why we got one of each, but we got them. And I have to say that Family Dollar had this $5 kit, okay? And it came with these things. These are gauze packs. And they are non-stick gauze pads. I've got 3 different sizes. Here's a size, here's a size, and then we have rolled gauze, okay? That is really good. They didn't have any butterflies, or butterfly bandages, and that's what I needed for my sort of the first aid for the leg. Not that I need that every day, but in that situation, I did want that. Plus, I needed some additional gauze. And so we went to there, got the things that we were going to be able to use that day. And you know, we had a guest in our B&B who had his own personal first aid kit. And the first aid kit that I have in the B&B didn't cut it. So it had them, but apparently one of my guests might have used them. So the guest staying with us, hooked me up with a couple of butterflies. I put those guys on and wrapped it up, and for the next 3 to 4 days, that's what held my leg together. And I was grateful, I really was. Thorne is a wonderful guy. Can't wait for him to come back. So I don't want to go through that again. And I want to be a little bit better prepared. So I went online, and I'll leave a link in the description to the butterflies that I bought. So again, I'm not a medical professional. I'm just going to show you what I used and what I have in my kit. So let me go over that with you right now. All right, you guys see the red kit in the middle? That's the one that goes on the seat of the side-by-side. It hangs by the handle, and it's right at your headrest. It works like a champ right in that area. And it doesn't really interfere with riding around. Up in the upper right, you can see a bottle of iodine. It's a 10% solution and an old first aid kit that I'm gonna rob a couple of things out of. Over here on the left, you can see the gauze. And we also have some stretchy bandages. Now, for me, I don't like using the tape, but when I'm up on the mountain or you know, I get injured, I do take the tape the gauze, and then I cover the entire thing with the sticky bandage. Again, this isn't medical advice. I'm just telling you what I do whenever I get hurt. And this works like a champ. However, this red kit did not come with any of that. So now it did come with a little bit of tape. And every first aid kit does. But I'm gonna go ahead and augment what that kit came with some additional items. And so I went on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description again so that you guys can see what I bought, and you can buy some for yourself if that's how you want to outfit, you know, your vehicle or your farm vehicle for yourselves. So I know we all have our favorite antiseptic. I remember as a kid that Bactine that they would put on my knee when I scraped it at the playground. That works. So whatever works for you, that's what you want in your kit. Iodine works pretty well for me, and that's gonna be in my kit. It's easy, I can squirt it on the wound, I can close it up, and then I can move on. Funny story on my wife. About 3 or 4 years ago, it was on my birthday, I think it was 12 degrees outside, and I happened to be out doing something with the maple lines, but at this point, I was working with a T-post. And so I have a T-post on the ground, I wanted to get it up, it had folded over on the ground, so I went and just grabbed it, and I'm pulling. Well, it's not coming. So I put a little bit more effort into it. And when I do, that T-post snapped. It came up, smacked me right there in the nose, hit me in the mouth, knocked me on my bum. It was so funny. It was probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, so it was pitch black, but cold. I mean, bitter cold. And so when that thing hit me in the face, it split my nose, it split my lip, and it looked like, I don't know, it looked like somebody just beat me up. Well, there was blood everywhere, and I grabbed my face, and I realized, hey, this is so cold out here, I don't need an ice pack. So I didn't ice pack it, I just held it for a few minutes, the bleeding stopped, and I went back to work. The sun came up, I went in the house, and the first thing my wife saw me, she started gasping. Oh my gosh, what happened to you? I said, I got hit with a T-post, don't worry, I got them all out of the ground, everything's good. She said, that doesn't look good, you need to go to the doctor. I'm like, I know it doesn't look good, and it doesn't feel all that great either, but I don't know what the doctor's gonna do for me. Well, a couple stitches in the face, so I cleaned myself up, and we went to church. And the first thing out of everybody's mouth is, oh, what happened to you, Kevin? And I said, my wife hit me. My wife did this. Shh, don't tell anybody. My wife did it. She didn't do it. But when she saw it, she was kind of shocked because I guess I didn't get all the blood off my face and everywhere else. I share that story with you guys. I like to give my wife a little ribbon because it's fun at times. But in reality, things happen. And when they do, you need to be prepared for it. You always hear me say, guys, we live in the middle of nowhere, convenient to nothing. Well, when you live that far out, you are going to have to do some medical things to yourself that you may not want to. And when I cut my leg, a week or two ago, I wasn't prepared for that. I really wasn't. Now, we got it all fixed. I kept on working. It was a good day. I was really lucky that I didn't cut a muscle, clip a tendon, or something like that. But I didn't. It healed, and I'm okay. One thing I forgot to mention, if you bought a first aid kit, go through it. You want to look at the expiration dates on things to make sure that what's in here is still good. To me, this may last 5 years, maybe longer. This, on the other hand, probably not. So any of the liquids, I may not use them. If I had any meds like ibuprofen or something like that that would be in here, I would definitely check the dates on it. It's important that everything is within date and works. That is important, it really is. So guys, why don't you tell me what you will carry in your first aid kit? This is what I'm going to carry this year. I hope to never need any of it, but I got it in case I do need it. And that's pretty important to us. I know it's a short video. I want to say thanks guys for watching our videos. We really do appreciate it. Consider thumbs up. Moreover, consider giving us a comment. We love to learn, and you guys really help us with that. So share your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to put links to these things in the video. And that's about it for today. We've got a lot of things happening on the farm here. We got to go visit a dairy not too long ago. I'd like to share that with you guys. We had 2 baby cows born. Ooh, they are the cutest things ever. We've had all sorts of things going on the farm. The garden and the greenhouse is going well. We're mowing up on the back pasture. So it's busy, but it's a good kind of busy. We love it out here in the middle of nowhere. We really do. If you ever want to come out and visit, go to milgutfarms.com. Love to have you out here. And until next time, God bless you guys. So this is my side-by-side. Hey guys, this is my side-by-side. It's a 3-seater, and in the middle seat is where I keep my first aid kit. The handles on this thing work really well on that headrest. And since it's not super bulky, it doesn't interfere with the third person riding there either. So let me know where you guys keep your first aid kit.